Hello, welcome back to the Manchester City career mode here on FC 25. In the previous episode, City extended their lead at the top of the Premier League table, 6 points clear now with 5 games to go. A big lead after wins over Crystal Palace and Manchester United as well. We played really well. We beat Spurs in the Carabao Cup, smashing them with fantastic performances. And in the Champions League first leg of the quarterfinals, we beat Aston Villa by 1-0. And kicking off today's episode is the second leg against Aston Villa in the quarterfinal. A big game for City to get all the way to the Champions League semi-final. But today's episode, of course, won't stop there. With 3 more games to play, let's see what's in store. To Villa away in the Champions League, it's then Everton away in the Premier League, a big game at Goodison Park. Off down to Wembley to end the month against Crystal Palace, and then we'll go into the final month of the season of May with options to decide which games we play, simulate and so on. So away in the Champions League to Aston Villa, and this is the side we go with, captained by Bernardo Silva. It's Bernardo on the right and Savini on the left and Haaland through the middle. City going a little bit more conservative for this one. Gundogan, Varela and Phil Foden start the midfield 3. No Kevin De Bruyne, who drops to the bench, and then it's Vardiol, Diaz, Akanji and Rico Lewis the back 4. Ederson starts in goal. The likes of Doku on the bench, Grealish, De Bruyne and Fudiashi in attacking areas, Kovacic, Walker, Stones and Ake in defensive areas. So Champions League quarter-final second leg. Manchester City lead by 1-0. 2 English sides go head-to-head here at Villa Park. Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Villa looking to make history, not they haven't already, and get to the semi-final for the first time they have got there in a very long time. The first time, I think, in Champions League history, in terms of the actual UEFA Champions League since it was reformed, ever getting there. But I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure they made it to a European Cup final. I think they've won the European Cup, Aston Villa. Historically, a very historically rich side. To City versus Aston Villa, UEFA Champions League quarter-final. Second leg at Villa Park, and it's underway. What a game we could have in store today for Manchester City against Villa. Well, so far, Manchester City have dominated here today at Villa Park. Villa have hardly had a touch of the ball. This is the way City's way of controlling the game. Varela. Rico Lewis taken out here by Kamara. Second free kick of the game here. It's going to be for Manchester City, and surely a yellow card to Baboucarr Kamara. Absolutely drops Rico Lewis. It is only a yellow card. It possibly could have been more with the intent of the challenge. Times it completely wrong and floors Rico Lewis. Oh no, with this one. Foden in. Haaland's there again. It falls to far post to Vardiol. Good play from Bernardo. Foden. Gundogan. Back over top here. Handball. They play on. Back out towards Bernardo Silva once again. Bernardo. Gundogan in space. Ilkay. Gundogan catches one. Into the ground and just over the bar by Ilkay. Nice ball into Phil Foden. First time wide to Bernardo Silva. Then Lucadini here. Bernardo. Foden. Varela. Ilkay. Savinho. Back to Gundogan here. Manchester City lead in the Champions League. And it's Ilkay Gundogan with the goal. Savinho with a fantastic assist. And City in front. Really good play by City. Gundogan's been great today. On to Savinho. One touch. Little step over. Back to Gundogan. Sets himself and hits it. Past Emi Martinez. It's 2-0. And we have absolutely dominated Villa here. Absolutely dominated them at Villa Park. No chance of the opposition. Fantastic finish by Gundogan. Another important goal by Ilkay. He's second in the Champions League. Villa 0, Manchester City 1. Diaz steps in there. Good play by Diaz. Into Foden. And City go in at half-time. Just before half-time. That could be the killer blow for Villa. 2-0 on aggregate now. Villa have got a lot to do to come back into this, and they've hardly touched the ball. They've not even had a chance. Savinho causing constant problems down his left-hand side. Back out to Gundogan. Foden. Bernardo. Haaland the strike here! Should he have scored Erling Haaland for 2? In towards Kamara. Tillemans. Ball through to Watkins here. That could be their first actual attempt at a ball through our defence today. And it was poor. Very poor. Vardiol. We've just locked down Villa completely. Gundogan. Finds Foden a great pocket space here. Foden. Through to Haaland. Great touches by Haaland here. Haaland's in. Haaland's in again! Haaland scores again for 2-0. And that is Villa out the Champions League for certain. Erling Haaland. Great find by Phil Foden. Bye-bye Aston Villa. Unfortunately, you can't stop this team. 2-0 City, and they know it, Villa. Great turn by Foden into Haaland. What a first touch that is. Holds off Meccano. Near post. He falls as he hits it with the finish. He puts everything into that Erling Haaland. He slips on the finish. But it's into that bottom left-hand corner. It's a wonderful finish from Erling Haaland. It's 2-0 Manchester City. It's 3-0 in aggregate. And the change is made now from City. See De Bruyne come on. Kanji chasing. Well played, City. Morgan Rogers tries to spin Vardiol. Gets a foot in there, Vardiol. Not once but twice, De Bruyne. Into Jeremy Doku. And Doku up towards Haaland here. Up Meccano. Haaland holds him off. Haaland still. Back out to De Bruyne. Foden. Phil Foden! Oh, what a save by Emi Martinez. One back by Rico Lewis. Foden. Haaland once again. Away from Meccano. Haaland. Haaland hits one again. Good save from Emi Martinez. And we're going to make changes here. De Bruyne. Gundogan. Right to Doku. Doku. In the box to Haaland. It's well dealt with. De Bruyne. Gundogan. Foden. Gundogan. Erling Haaland! Oh, good save by the keeper again. How has he not had a hat-trick today, Haaland? How has he not had a hat-trick today, Haaland? I don't think Kyogo's going to get on, is he? Oh, he's back into Doku again. De Bruyne. Haaland again. Haaland again! Off the post and in. He does get 2 for the day. He probably should have had 3. 4-0 City in the Champions League quarter-final. What a second leg play by Manchester City. Haaland just waiting. Fired into him. Off the post and in by Erling Haaland. For a double today, he could have had a hat-trick. Off he comes for Kyogo. But it's only going to be a few moments rest for Erling Haaland, I feel. Not long, because that is full-time. Manchester City 3, Villa 0 away at Villa Park. What a performance in the Champions League by that Manchester City side. A 4-0 win takes us to the Champions League semi-final. And City getting step by step closer to perhaps getting to that Champions League final once again. What a performance by City. Brilliant performance. Everyone played fantastically. Erling Haaland sat in the dark. 6 attempts, 2 goals. Should have been more. Well, Ilkay Gundogan certainly brushing the cobwebs off, because after that game in the Champions League away at Villa Park, Ilkay Gundogan got man of the match. What a performance from Ilkay. He's showing that age is just a number. He's not had the most amazing seasons, but on his year back at City, he's been pretty solid for us, hasn't he? And that's the other results in the Champions League. Arsenal make it to the semi-final. They knock out Barcelona by 1-0. Sporting have knocked out Liverpool. Ruben Amorim Sporting knocked out Liverpool 4-3 in aggregate. So Sporting are in the semi-final. Who do we play will be revealed not quite yet. We can see down at the bottom of the Premier League table, Ipswich are right at the bottom there, only on 15 points. Forest right in 19th on 17, and just above is Everton on 24. Everton are 1 point off safety with Wolves on 25, Southampton on 29, and those are 3. So Forest and Ipswich are gone. Everton are waiting to go to Goodison Park in a relegation battle. City face next. Well, Sean Dyche's side are expected to play long ball, they're expected to play counter-attacking football, and it's expected that we see Beto ahead of Dominic Calvert-Lewin start up top, Lindstrom in behind in the creative role, he's their key player, two very defensive midfielders in Irabunum and Mangala, Harrison, a former City player, McNeil in the wide areas, and then defensive Tarkowski and Braithwaite, which is pretty strong, Pickford in goal. If Everton are relegated, I'm sure there's a few players, particularly Gerard Braithwaite, that teams will be looking to try and pick off them. Well, a few changes in the City side today. It's going to be a Haaland, Savinho and Doku front 3, with Kovacic coming in alongside Varela and captain Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield 3. It's Walker into Rico Lewis, Diaz, Ake and Vardy on a stronger looking back 4 to defend that long ball, which Rico Lewis would struggle with. And then Edison in goal. Well, wait at Goodison Park for Manchester City, and as we know, Everton in a relegation battle. This is a cauldron of real aggressiveness atmosphere here at Goodison Park. It'll be the last time they play here this year. It will be one of the last times they play here anyway before they move to the new stadium. They are going to be on us. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to be nasty. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's up top. They're going to play a long ball. They are fighting tooth and nail to try and stay in the Premier League, Everton. Well, Everton side for Sean Dyche, captained by James Tarkowski, go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. England's number 1, Jordan Pickford, starts in goal. It's Melikalenko, Brian Tarkowski and Patterson in the back 4. Garner and Irabunum in the midfield 2, with Harrison, Lindstrom and McNeil supporting Dominic Calvert-Lewin up top, the likes of Mando Broja and players on the bench. To Kovacic. Kovacic here, we drive Kovacic. Kovacic's got great feet into Doku. Onside Doku. Doku. Jeremy Doku right down the middle of Pickford. And Irabunum picks it up. Could he have scored there, Doku? Should he have scored there, Doku? Kovacic again. De Bruyne. Haaland. Good hold-up play from Erling Haaland. He's nicked it off Tarkowski not once but twice. Back into Kovacic. De Bruyne. Alan Varela. Works it wide towards Savinho. Oh, Savinho. Unbelievable skill on Mikolenko. Savinho. Back out to Kovacic. Matteo Kovacic, a save by Pickford. Doku to the byline here. Doku. Doku. Nice feet. Doku. De Bruyne on the chest. De Bruyne volley. Blocked away by Era Burnham. Just couldn't get it. Couldn't hit it first time, I don't think. De Bruyne. Kovacic. Wide to Doku. Cross the box here. De Bruyne waiting. O'Brien reads it. Oh, better ball from Doku. They're in trouble there. Harrison. Patterson. Nowhere to go for Patterson. Vardiel nicks it. Doku. Oh, he's offside. Oh, if he'd left it for Vardiel to keep going there, we score. Jeremy Doku flicks it back onto Vardiel. Back into Doku. Doku. De Bruyne, nice turn by De Bruyne. De Bruyne. Haaland. Haaland turns Tarkowski. Erling Haaland. Oh my word, he hits it wide. Great play by Haaland. Spins Tarkowski, somehow puts it wide. I don't know how he's put that wide. But he's certainly one I'm happy to give a chance to if Haaland keeps this up. Because it's been really poor in terms of finishing. De Bruyne. Space. Oh. Everton get away with that. De Bruyne should do so much better. McNeil. Oh, giving away to Haaland here. Bad mistake by Everton. Haaland is in. Haaland is in. Haaland does score 1-0. Big mistake by Everton. I mean, when you're in a relegation race, you can't be doing that. And Everton do, and Haaland scores. He's never going to pass that either to Doku. Never going to pass that. Big mistake by Everton. And they caught out O'Brien. I mean, I don't know why Gerard Branthwaite hasn't started. Haaland could have sweated that to Doku. Just laid it off to him, but no. He wants the goal. He scores the goal. He's on for the goal-scoring record, Erling Haaland. And he's missed a good chance today. Back to Calvert-Lewin. He's there with him. Burnham, a foul by. Ah, man, they play on. Calvert-Lewin. Ake slides in. Trouble for City. Lindstrom! Big save, Medicine. Thank you, Eddie. Terrible defending. Get away with it, Kovacic. Haaland. In behind to Jeremy Doku here. Doku with lots of space. Doku. Doku. Back into Haaland. Haaland. Haaland! Oh! Saved by Pickford and cleared away. Another chance he's missed. De Bruyne. Kovacic. Wide to Doku. 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 Haaland holds off O'Brien. Haaland hits it off the post! How is he not going to hat-trick? Gundogan wins it back. Varela. Gundogan. Haaland. Haaland. Haaland again! Haaland does score for 2-0. Should have had a hat-trick today already. 2-0 Manchester City. Haaland scores again. Once again, we pounced on Everton mistake. Their backline hasn't had time to push up. Gundogan into Erling Haaland, just turns this time away from Tarkowski. Catches it well. Scores it well. 2-0 Manchester City at Goodison Park, but it should be 3 or 4. And I'm a little bit worried about not scoring our chances. Just a little bit. Because if we don't score our chances, if we're in a Champions League final, for example, an FA Cup final, Kovacic to get in the end of it. Kovacic to keep it. Full-time whistle goes. Manchester City with a 2-0 win away at Goodison Park. Keeps us 6 points clear. Might even be more depending on the Spurs results. But Everton, it's looking bleak for them. It looks like relegation is very much on the cards. With 33 Premier League appearances, Erling Haaland has 33 Premier League goals. By the way, Heung-min Son with 27, Watkins with 20, Joao Pedro with 20, Nketiah with 18. Some real goal scorers in the league, which is good to see. Bruno Fernandes 15 from midfield. But Erling Haaland, obviously our top goal scorer, 33 and 33 appearances. His record is 36, isn't it? I think, which is the record. So a hat-trick would get him there. Well, it's FA Cup semi-final time at Wembley. Arsenal will take on West Ham United in the semi-final. Manchester City take on Crystal Palace. Well, this is the side for the FA Cup semi-final. Away at Wembley to Crystal Palace. Grealish, Kyogo and Oscar are the City's front three. Nunes, Kovacic and Phil Foden the City's midfield three. And then it's Lewis, captain John Stones, Nathan Ake and Josh Cavani the back four, with Stefan Ortega, the cup goalkeeper, starting goal. I mean, 84 rated Stefan Ortega. He's way too good to be a backup. We've got Haaland, Doku, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Varela, Akanji and Kyle Walker all on the City bench. No James McAtee, but City with a rotated side, still a side that should be winning. Well, here we go. It's FA Cup semi-final time at Wembley. Crystal Palace on the Glazers side have done really well to get all the way to the semi-final of the FA Cup. Manchester City there as well. Arsenal and West Ham United, the other game, was expected as the favourites in these competitions to be an Arsenal City final. Well, this is the Crystal Palace side. Eze, Sarr and Nketiah the front three. Kamada and Lerma in the midfield too. And then the back four as well of Riyad, Goy, Chalobah, Mitchell and Munoz. The back five actually. Matt Turner, their cup keeper, starts the goal. No Adam Wharton, no Mateta, no Politano, no Doucouré. They are all on the bench for Glasner's side. Bob for City. Bob against Mitchell. He skipped past him. Mitchell recovers well. Rico. Matheus Nunes. Kyogo on the turn! Kyogo's offside. Well played, Kyogo into Grealish. Brilliant from Kyogo. Jack Grealish for City. Grealish. Oscar Bob for a tap-in! Oh, what a save by Turner. Late one on Nunes. He play advantage, phone on towards Rico Lewis. Rico. In behind to Oscar Bob. Brilliant, Bob. Pull it back to Kyogo. Matheus Nunes! Oh! Right underneath it, Nunes and over the bar. Rico Lewis for City. Rico. Oscar Bob. Skips away from Eze. Good challenge. Aggressive challenge. Kyogo. Flicked it into Bob here. Bob takes it. Back to Kyogo! Back out to Bob. Back to Bob. Foden. Over the top here to Kyogo. Well read. Foden again. Far post to Bob. Oh, and away by Mark Goy. Grealish. Onto Kyogo for a tap-in. 1-0 City lead. Well, from one counter to another, City hit them back. Nunes wide to Grealish, who gets another assist. I think that's 12 assists for season for Grealish this year. He's been very, very creative. And the FA Cup top goal scorer, Kyogo, makes it 10 in the FA Cup. Grealish into him. Kyogo gets there. Ahead of Matt Turner. The goalkeeper ahead of Mark Goy. Played very well. Kamada's forced back here by Mateo Kovacic. Really well done. Goy in there. Munoz, who's dropping centrally from fullback. Oh, Nunes has nicked it in front of him there. And Matheus Nunes. Nunes makes it 2-0. Good pressing from our midfielder. And Matheus Nunes gets the goal for himself in the FA Cup semi-final. Really good play from Matheus Nunes. Wins it back. Munoz, I don't know what he's doing from wing-back, drifting inside, playing as a sort of false full-back role. And Matheus Nunes punishes Crystal Palace. Was composed there. Kovacic goes and wins it off with a brilliant challenge. Foden. Oscar Bob. Back into Phil Foden here. Throw for the opposition. Foden. Onto Nunes again. Matheus Nunes again. Back out to Phil Foden. Foden with a chance. Could have gone to Kyogo. Palace lumping away. Throw for the opposition. Bob runs centrally here. Bob. Onto Nunes. Matheus Nunes! Oh, big save by Turner. City look for 3. I could have side-footed that. I think I should have done. Foden in. Grealish with a header! Just past the post by Jack Grealish for 3. Back onto Mitchell. Lewis wins it back. Here's Oscar Bob for City. Bob. Great play to Kyogo. Back in behind to Phil Foden. Control for the opposition. Foden here. Foden. Kyogo makes it 3-0. Brilliant play. And Kyogo gets goal number 11 in the FA Cup. I mean, does he start the FA Cup final? Does Kyogo start the FA Cup final ahead of Erling Haaland? Maybe. Great play again. Bob into Foden. And on to Kyogo. He's just always there, Kyogo. Kamada. Oh, away from Ake. Lerma, good tackle by Stones. Foden. Look at that space for Oscar Bob. And off he goes again. Bob here. Bob against Goy. Past Goy. In towards Kyogo. For the hat-trick. Kyogo off the post. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. Saved by Matt Turner. Oh, an assist for Bob. And a hat-trick for Kyogo, but he hits the post. Eze down. That is full-time. Manchester City are going to the FA Cup final. A 3-0 win over Palace in the semi-final. Really good performance. Kyogo this close to getting a hat-trick off the post. Great play by City. And FA Cup final. We said we want the treble. We are getting so close now. With the other FA Cup game, Arsenal come out 3-2 victors over West Ham United. So it does mean it's an Arsenal-Manchester City FA Cup final. Well, I've just moved Rico Lewis' position from right back to central midfielder. It's bumped him up from 81 rated to 84 rated. We're going to try and get him back to right back then afterwards. But Rico Lewis, an 84 rated right back now. What a season development-wise he has had. I'm going to end today's episode with the first leg of the Champions League semi-final. Manchester City face Arsenal. Sporting face Atletico Madrid. We have drawn Arsenal in the semi-final. Atletico Madrid 4-3 up against Sporting after a hat-trick from a former Manchester City player, Julian Alvarez. Boy, do we miss him. Boy, could we actually face him in the final. But it's Arsenal to end the episode. What a massive game this is. Another English club in our way. This is the side we're going to go with. Edison starts and goal. It's a Kanji, Diaz, Ake and Vardiol, a back four. Very defensive back four. But then we go more expansive in the midfield and then maybe a little bit controlled in the wide areas. Barella, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, the captain of the midfield three. It's creation phone in the wide area supporting Erling Haaland up top. We've got Kyogo, Doku, Savinho, Gundogan, Stones, Walker, Rico Lewis and Matteo Kovacic on that City bench. And I'm hoping this is the side that get us a big win in the opening leg and let us relax more at the end, because I do think, as always, I prefer to play away and then at home, but we're at home again, which doesn't really suit the way we want to do things. We want to go away from home, sit back, get a 1-0 win, get a 0-0 draw, come at home and smash on the Etihad. We can't do that. Well, there we are, light show before the kick-off in the Champions League at the Etihad, as we've seen City do time and time again. This is a massive game, and once again, we face an English side in Arsenal, a side that knows very well. I prefer to play European sides. I wanted to play Real Madrid. I wanted to play Bayern Munich. I wanted to play something like that. We've played Aston Villa and Arsenal on the way to the final, which is not the way things were expected to go. On the way to the semi-final anyway. And it could be on the way to the final. Well, there is a Manchester City side looking to be on the verge of getting City to a Champions League final once again. The third time in the club's history, but it is only the first leg and we can't put too much pressure on ourselves. Arsenal looking to get to the Champions League final for a long time since they've been to a Champions League final. I think against Barcelona, the likes of Thierry Henry still on the Arsenal side. You can see how long ago that was. They've gone with a strong side on Mikel Arteta as expected. I thought though that Rice would play. He doesn't play. It's Jorginho. Rice not even on the bench. Maybe he's carrying an injury. No Frimpong. They've gone with the 4 centre-backs as well on the back line. So Raya in goal. It is Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba and White in the back four. Jorginho, Rice and Marino in there. I missed him. So Jorginho, the captain in there. Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, the front three. Rice sits alongside Jorginho. No big changes to the Arsenal side. No Frimpong, he's on the bench. He got destroyed by Doku in the previous fixture. And a bad start here, Bernardo. And he's worked it wide to Phil Foden here. Foden for City. Right at the byline, Foden. Pull it back to De Bruyne. What a block by Declan Rice. I don't know if it just hit him. What a chance. Great block by Rice. Barella into Foden. Bernardo Silva. Back through to Foden. Trouble for the opposition. Foden. Back wide to Bernardo Silva. Haaland in the middle. On to Haaland. Bad ball by Bernardo. Should have just slid that in behind. Given away to Grealish by Raya. And Rice makes another big challenge. On to Bernardo Silva. Space out here. Bernardo Silva up against Calafiori. Bernardo. Into Foden's path. Back over to Bernardo Silva. Off the hand of Calafiori. City play advantage. Bernardo into Haaland here. Great touches. Haaland a chance. Tackle by Saliba at the last. Going in towards De Bruyne. Grealish. White completely misread that. Grealish into Varela. Big ball forward to De Bruyne. It's fantastic. De Bruyne into Haaland. Haaland off Gabriel. What a chance. He should have gone with his right foot. Corner ball. Should have gone with his right foot. Grealish. Haaland. Haaland hits one into the hands of David Raya. Did find a bit of space. Raya along to Martinelli. Kanji chases him. Back inside to Havertz and back to Martinelli, and City in trouble here. And Martinelli opens the scoring for Arsenal Champions League semi-final. On the counter, Gabriel Martinelli catches us out. And he goes to Mikel Arteta to celebrate. I don't want to see that. Once I'd lost him with a Kanji and Ake. He's open. He's completely open. And look at that. We've played so well defensively today. One mistake and we're behind at the Etihad. Oh, Martinelli with space again. Where's the Kanji gone? Martinelli. Diaz. Well played, Diaz. Nice and solid against him. Bernardo. Alan Varela. He can play a killer pass of his own. Varela plays in behind to Phil Foden. It's a brilliant ball. Foden. Foden here. How a chance! Save by Raya. Good save by David Raya. Top save by Raya. Corner ball. Eddie here into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo for City. Comes at the opposition. Bernardo. Flying challenge by Rice. Works it wide to Foden. There's a space for Haaland there. Foden finds Haaland. Haaland. Off he goes. Haaland. Haaland. Raya makes the save off Haaland. 1-1. Erling Haaland scores. It was a poor finish. I should have chipped it over Raya. But I didn't do. I should have chipped it over Raya. In the end, I hit it right at him. And it comes right back off Haaland and into the back of the net. City are level. Oh, actually, did Haaland lift it over Raya? Did Erling Haaland lift it over David Raya? It's hard to see from that angle, but he might have just done so. 1-1. It felt like it deflected twice, but I might be wrong. Maybe Haaland lifted it over him. Against Ake, and Ake makes a challenge in the box here. And Ake wrong side of Martinelli, pulled out to Havertz. Saka. Havertz on the volley. Akanji blocks it. City just get it away. Bernardo Silva. Ball through to Haaland again, and City are in behind again. Haaland against Gabriel. Haaland. Haaland makes it 2-1 City. 2 chances, 2 goals for Erling Haaland. 2-1 Manchester City. What a ball from Bernardo. When they play a high line against us, that's the risk you run. And this man just gets going. What a finish. Lifts it over Ryan. He knows he's going to go to ground. I know he's going to go to round, so just lift it over him. Find the back of the net again. A double for Haaland in the Champions League. 2-1 City. We have turned this game around, and we are now in front, and we're going to make changes. I think that is necessary. Ilkay Gundogan is going to come on. Just unbelievable. Martinelli is absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. A good tackle like Akanji, and back to Arsenal. Akanji wins it again. Martinelli wins it back again. And Kai Havertz, and what a save, Edison. He is absolutely unstoppable, Martinelli. It's like playing against one of the best players in the world. So Foden for Doku. Bernardo out wide. Gundogan's on as well. Akanji wins it off him up to Calafiori, and there's I think a free kick for Manchester City. No, it's not. It's to Arsenal. Timbers come on. Free header for Marino. What is the defence doing? Good save, Edison. What is our defence doing there? Exactly that. Okay. Into Manu Akanji. Into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne through to Bernardo. What a ball by De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. On to Erling Haaland for a hat-trick in the Champions League semi-final. 3-1. What a ball by De Bruyne. And a hat-trick for Erling Haaland. What a finish from Erling. Is he going over to Pep Guardiola? I don't know where he's going. I think he's going to celebrate in front of Mikel Arteta. Stay humble. 3-1. 3-1 Manchester City. And Haaland scores a hat-trick in the Champions League semi-final first leg against Arsenal. 1-0 down. City come back. And City in front. Massive. Got to keep them quiet now. Let's keep it just the one, City. Doku against Ben White. Doku against Ben White here. White fouls him. That is full time. A 3-1 win to end the episode in our Champions League semi-final first leg. 1-0 down to Arsenal, but an Erling Haaland hat-trick means City come back and City win it. Big win for City. And in that second leg, we've now got a 2-goal buffer. That in today's episode. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And consider joining the We Are City Members Club for extended episodes and, of course, early access. 3-1. Stay humble, Mikel Arteta. We'll see you next time.